Well, how is it? How's the NFL coming from Bath County?
NFL is great. Dream come true. Lived there, lived here, my whole life, small town, and I really worked hard, and good Lord blessed me to have the opportunity to play in the NFL, and just doing my best with it.
I know that coming out of high school, rivals had you as a 2-star. I don't know how many 2-stars make it to the NFL, but how do you?
We actually joke about that a lot in the NFL, about the way people rank you and what they say about you. And I actually told somebody one time I didn't know if they gave me a star, but because I was from such a small town. But however they rank them or do them is not really players' concern. That's kind of for the media to do and for fans, and players' job just to go out there and play. So.
Well, I know that UVA is a big tight end school. You got Heath Miller, Tom Sandy, see with Indianapolis still?
Yep.
And does Stupar make?
Stupar is still at the Bills.
Okay, so there's 4 of y'all.
Mm-hmm.
And how much do you think that helped you coming from a well-known school producing fans like that?
It helped me out a lot for the fact that Coach Grove ran a NFL-style offense, and Coach Grove was a huge part of me getting in the NFL, and the way you use tight ends and offensive calls and schemes are all very similar. So NFL coaches obviously know that, and
he coached with the Jets for a little while, didn't he?
Yep, he did. And he was, he does everything just like a professional team does. So that's something that NFL scouts obviously are going to be attracted to.
On the same page, I know Ogletree plays. I don't know if Chris Caney still in Dallas.
Caney is with the Giants now.
Okay, there's a lot of guys from UVA, Marquise Hagan, Chris Long, all them. How many of them do you talk to on a regular basis?
Well, I still keep in touch with Chris Long and Clint Centum pretty regularly.
Is he with New York?
He is with New York. And then, kind of with our schedules kind of tough, but, I still touch base with a lot of guys I played with, like Eugene Monroe.
Jets?
Yep. No, Eugene Monroe is with...
that's Ferguson's Jets.
Yeah, Ferguson with Jets. Gene's with Jacksonville.
Okay.
Eugene, Tom Santy, and Stupar, those guys, kind of touch base with them every now and then. I say with schedule, it's kind of hard to get the long phone conversation or whatever, but, I still keep base with those guys. Yeah, every now and then just throw some text back and forth.
Well, I know that, the training facility accident and everything, a lot of places hailed you as a hero. What exactly was your role, and how was that?
It was just an unfortunate incident, and, the building ended up falling down, and a lot of guys, a couple of guys got seriously injured in that deal. So it's just one of the unfortunate things that happened, and we try to do the best and just move on from it.
Right. What exactly did you do? I know that you help pull people out or whatever, but it's really one of the things where with the whole organization just said it happened. There was nothing we could do about it, and like I said, we're just kind of moving on from that whole push
deal.
It out.
Yeah.
All right, well, what was your welcome to the NFL moment? I know that's a general term, but when did you finally realize, you're there, you made it?
In preseason when you play, you kind of think this is it. You're playing, but you're not really getting the full effect because, the defenses are kind of basic. You're not really playing against starters or whatnot. But when you get out there in your first game and you start hitting head-to-head with people, and you kind of realize real quick what the league's all about. And, these are grown-ass men, or grown men, coming right at you full speed with bad intentions. So,
well, you're a 6th-round pick, 208th in the draft. It was never really a certainty that you were going to be on the team. The fact that they already had Bennett and Witten there. Mm-hmm. When did you finally when did you finally realize you're on the team? You're going to be in the NFL?
Well, nothing's ever final to that last cut. So, I thought I did really well in preseason and in camp. So I had a pretty good idea, but that's final. You kind of come in that last day, and if you're called into the team meeting, you're on the team, and if not, then you're kind of packing up your locker and leaving. So they called me into the meeting, so I knew I was in.
When did you first realize that the NFL was a possibility? You're playing in Bath County. The biggest person to ever come out here was Sam Snead. You're probably the biggest deal since that. When did you first realize? Every kid playing in the backyard.
Oh, definitely. Definitely. Everybody thinks they're going to make it. Obviously, that's a dream. When I got the full ride to UVA, it's just taking another step closer. And then as my career, kind of unfolded there and kind of developed as a player. You know, it was getting more and more realistic. And my senior year, by the time my senior year, I knew that's what was going to happen with me. You know, I had to put in the time, obviously, and like I said, God willing, that was His plan for me, and allowed me to get drafted to a great place, and the rest, I guess you can say, is history for the time being.
Speaking of that, I know there's a lot of pre-draft talks. You talk to a bunch of different teams. People like contact you, you contact them. When you found out you had a chance to go to America's team, you know, the New York Yankees of the NFL, how did that feel?
Well, that's big. You're talking about being scrutinized for every little thing you do on, off the field. You know, they could probably have a camera up here in Bath County, you know, while I'm in the woods. You know, you know, that media, the whole deal is top notch, and like I said, you're scrutinized for little things. So, but the plus side of that is you have fans everywhere you go. You can be in the middle of Green Bay, and you know there's hundreds of people with Dallas Cowboy stuff waiting outside the bus. So, it's a great organization to be a part of. Winning organization, unbelievable owner. You know, he's just a great, outstanding guy.
Have you met Jerry Jones personally?
Yeah, Mr. Jones. Met Mr. Jones. I mean, he has direct contact with the players, communicates with the players, great to the families of the players, you know, take pictures with the families. You know, he's just a great guy, great coach. Like I said, the whole organization down there is really first class.
Growing up, I know, you know, Bo's a great athlete. I go back and look into archives of the paper sometimes, and just 3 for 5 every baseball game, 200 runs, 6 RBIs. He's a great athlete. So growing up, you guys sort of had expectations with the way athletics are in Bath County. So you were a pretty big deal in high school. I mean, I remember going to Allegheny games. I saw when you broke your leg or whatever. You came in crutches. Everybody was like, John Phillips right there. That was in high school. What's it like coming back now to be the biggest celebrity in the area, without a doubt? I mean, I saw you at the game the other night. I was going to come talk to you, but you left early. But what's it like having, you know, people you don't even know coming up for autographs?
Well, that's kind of a, I don't know how to put it really, but
because you still want to come home and be.
Yeah, obviously you want to come home. Yeah, because I still see home as the same old home and the same old thing. So you know, when I come back, I don't really get drawn into, but like you said, the game, you know, people coming up for autographs, whatever, which is expected. And it's not really a bother or anything. It's just a little something new from you know people that you kind of were around and kind of the community that you grew up in. That's a little odd, but it's all good too. Having been in a position where they can think my autograph is worth something.
Yeah. You know, on Facebook, you have an official John Phillips fan club. It has 1,082 members. What do you think about that? I mean, you're in the NFL. Obviously, people know you, but like at UVA, how big of a star were you there?
UVA was a thing where we were all tight. We were so tight at UVA.
You stick out pretty easy being, you know, 7'5".
We do stick out, but we were so tight as a football community that it really was never a thing where you were really singled out. It was always there's some boys over there eating, or there's some of the boys over there doing this or that, and that's kind of the way it was. Where you know now when I come back home, it's kind of just like me and my brother, just running around doing something. So it's a little different in that aspect, but you know, more than happy to like I said, be in a position where people can do something.
You've been outside of, you know, Allegheny County, Covington, Bath, whatever, where somebody's came up and said, you know, you're John Phillips. Have you had one of those yet? Like,
well, definitely in Dallas, the Cowboys are kind of it. The Dallas Cowboys are really big in the community, and there's a lot of diehard fans there who can tell you, you know, the practice squad players in the 80s, you know, that's just how they know, and they'll recognize you or spot you, you know, walk around the mall or something. So it's
first time that happened, did that throw you off a little bit?
It threw me off a little bit, but I was with some other football players, or I think I was with Kevin Ogletree and David Beeler in the mall, and they just knew all three of us, and we were like, you know, we're just made the team. Like, this guy must be a diehard fan, so it's just kind of one of those things. But you know, it's the more you go, and obviously when I scored a touchdown in the playoffs, that kind of drew a lot more attention, and people kind of started
going to that. I mean, Cowboys have had their struggles. Finally got the first playoff win since, what, 96?
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure you hear about that plenty. But what was it? Scoring the first points, your first touchdown, first points of the game.
I really didn't know how big that was until the media came in, and I had one of our media ladies. She came up and said, you'll forever be a trivia question for scoring the first playoff touchdown in the new Dallas Cowboys Stadium. And when I